Hello and welcome to Europhoria, a podcast all about the great glam and garish from Eurovision past. My name's Roland Bodnam, and as ever, I'm joined by the delightful Isobel Chillman. Hi Isobel, how's it going?
Hi, that was a bit like a wrestling intro.
It was a bit. I'm trying to sort of vary them up every week, and
liked it.
That was my attempt that week.
A lot of energy.
A lot of energy, yeah. I thought we'd start with a lot of energy. Yes, this is a podcast where we discuss stories from the history of Eurovision, and each week I attempt to create my own Eurovision smash hit in the hopes that by 2022 I might be on Eurovision myself. I'll probably be a bit old by that point, won't I?
I don't know. Maybe we can make you very like.
I could be like one of the Russian grannies.
I was thinking more sexy, but
no,
make
I'm
you a
happy
granny.
to be a Russian granny.
Make you a granny, okay.
Isobel, would you like a bottle of straight up Prosecco?
Sexy!
Yeah.
Of course, I always want Prosecco.
I was given a bottle of Prosecco today for my 2-year anniversary of being at work. So
happy anniversary, mate.
I mean, it was about a month ago. But,
I take that back.
Yeah.
But I'll drink the Prosecco.
Let's drink the Prosecco.
Excellent.
What have you been up to this week, Isobel, while I struggle with the foil here?
Lots of things, doing things, seeing people, buying stuff, going places, dancing to music.
Sounds like a great kind of weekend.
Around.
Yeah, sounds like a busy kind of week. Now, I'm going to make sure I don't pop off too early.
He's popping off, guys.
So you ready? We're going to do it now.
Yeah.
Ready?
Hey! That
was a good one. Yeah.
Love it. I love that sound because that means there's bubbles.
That sound followed by a cheer.
Yeah, there's always bubbles. Fizz.
Hear that fizz? There you go. This could be an advert for it. Why not a lovely glass of Prosecco? That's my radio advert voice.
I know, it's pretty good. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Happy anniversary.
Happy work anniversary.
Yeah. Eurovision news.
So, Isobel, there's been some drama. It's something we probably predicted, and we're talking Melody Festivalen now. We did predict the downfall of Loreen, but maybe not this soon.
No, I'm quite surprised she didn't beat, because I said, she'll get through because she's up against a right duffer. And he wasn't great, but I mean, he had very nice eyes and a leather jacket, so people like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, she wasn't gonna get through. She wasn't gonna represent Sweden.
Yeah.
B, she wasn't gonna win it for them. So I don't think it's any shame that she's not done it.
No.
That song's doing amazingly though. Everyone's going crazy about it online.
Is it? Yeah, it's
doing
just
really
not
well.
suitable for Eurovision. That's the thing.
No, she'll be fine elsewhere. But it's very exciting, the rest of it.
Yeah.
That I don't give a fuck songs through.
Yeah.
How are they going to change that?
Well, there's a lot of fucks at the minute because there's I Can't Go On, that man in the suit, Robin.
Roland has a crush on. I predicted it. I knew he would.
I think there's a difference between having a crush on and wanting to be. But
and yours is crush.
He does have eyes that you can just fall into.
Nice eyes.
Like pools of deep blue water. So he's through with his fuck, and the other one's through I don't give a fuck. There's all sorts of fucks.
Well, we'll see what happens, but it's very exciting. It's going to be next week. And then that will be another one added to what is now an almost full list of entries.
God,
There's very few countries that haven't named
Really?
their entries yet.
Isobel, you've got some notes written down. Have you got some news?
So most of these notes are about what we've just discussed.
Okay. We went straight through it.
Also, there's some exciting news about the Eurovision choral contest that is starting.
I saw
for choirs, which the UK is not doing. We've got a great history of choirs.
We've also got Gareth Malone, the choir man.
He is the choir man.
Why is
I don't know. We're not joining in with that one, but it's going to be lovely. And apparently, they can sing whatever they want.
Are you serious?
It doesn't have to be a new song. They can do whatever they want for 6 minutes.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about it. It's another competition we get to watch.
Yeah, exactly. There might be dancing as well. There'll at least be clapping.
Oh, dancing!
Clapping and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on then. Let's move on to some any other business. Do you have any other business?
Only that I think in last week's podcast I said that it was Boris who was on the treadmills and obviously it's Rob.
Oh yeah. Also, I really liked at the end of Robin's performance there were people holding letters up in the audience to spell out his name, but the R person wasn't there, so it just said Obin. And the first time I watched it, I was like, I didn't know whose name it was, so I was like, no, this guy's called Obin. What a weird name. It's Robin.
Just the R had vanished.
He's gone to the bathroom. I've got some any other business. We have an email. Right.
Right.
And it's from the person that we didn't diss in the last podcast. We just had a disagreement with.
Well, they emailed us again, so it's clearly not too bad. Are we allowed to say their name? First name. Do they have a name?
They have a name, but they have a pseudonym as well, because their email name is Strawberry Parfait. So we'll just refer to them as Strawberry Parfait. Yeah, lovely name. So Strawberry Parfait last week sent us an email, clearly sort of misunderstanding and thinking that we didn't understand Occidentally Karma's song about.
But we did. We just hated it.
Yeah. So we disagreed about that. So Strawberry Parfait has emailed again, and this time it's about our discussion of the hosts and the lack of diversity that we were talking about last week. So Strawberry Parfait has said, about the hosts, people are complaining about having 3 male hosts, but people in Ukraine are overwhelmingly female, with about 133 females to every 100 males. In my opinion, this does constitute diversity for Ukraine. Anyway, I don't think it matters the gender of the host, but how well they gel together. I love the podcast. Keep on going. Heart.
Are we being trolled by a listener?
Really subtle trolling.
Really, really good trolling. Strawberry Parfait, I love you. Keep emailing us. Yeah, I don't think there being more women than men means it's diverse. I think probably still women are in the minority in every situation in life.
But also... And also, it means that surely there should be a woman host, because there's
tons of them to choose from.
But if you're talking about representing and having a fair balance of gender in the hosting crew, surely that means there should be 2 women in the thing.
And only one bloke.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll.
Well, I mean, I'm fine. I think no.
I think we can agree on the sentiment that it matters that the hosts gel well together, and we can see that.
Agree on that sentiment.
Agree on that. Let's look at the silver lining of this dark cloud. That we saw last year with Petra and Mons. They gelled and they did some brilliant songs, and so that's the priority. If they don't gel, then it's going to be shit and lacking diversity.
I think they all look alike, these 3.
Well, they're 3
so
white.
I'm going to forget which one's which.
Exactly, yeah.
It's going to be quite confusing, especially after a few drinks.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, we're going to
May as well just have one. If they're all going to look the same, just have one of them.
Yeah.
Just put them in a different jacket. It's fine.
Change them up,
save
change
money.
the hair, just change the
No
party.
one will notice.
No one will know. It will save a bit of money. Sounds like they need to over there at the minute.
Hey, bloody hell.
So that was my any other business. If you too would like to have your email queried and questioned by Isobel and I, it's very easy to do. You can send us an email at europhoriapodcast@gmail.com. We do love getting all of your emails, so please do feel free to send us a little email, and we may well read it out.
Yeah, anything. Even if you're disagreeing. Clearly, Strawberry Parfait don't mind.
No.
And we're fine with that. I love it. I love Strawberry Parfait. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say, Strawberry Parfait, you're my favourite person now. You're my favourite listener.
Hot
the rest
competition.
of you, keep up.
Start disagreeing with us, guys. Start disagreeing.
Just email us anything.
You can also disagree with us on Twitter.
That's Europhoria Cast. And also on Instagram, which is Europhoria Podcast.
But just like the pictures there. Don't disagree with us.
No, don't. I've been a bit slack on the pictures recently, actually.
Okay.
I'll let my game, guys.
I'm sure
I've got another Jedward picture.
Oh, good. That's
from
good.
a friend of a friend.
Oh, no. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. An exclusive Jedward picture.
Exclusive Jedward picture.
Well.
So it was taken a couple of days after my mate met them, and they just started running down the street after him. Weird. Like a couple of days after that, one of his friends met them as well.
Kidding
just
me.
told one of them to get on his shoulders, and they were like, okay. They're mental angels.
Yeah, they're beautiful, beautiful, sweet angels, and I'm appalled that we haven't met them yet. We should get them on the podcast. They'll come on to the podcast. If they'll get on someone's shoulders.
I cook dinner and when we give you booze. Are they allowed booze? I think they're not allowed numbers.
I think they're only on E numbers. I think they're only allowed E numbers. That's how it works.
Okay, I have Smarties.
Blue Smarties.
I have Coca-Cola full fat.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it's all yours.
Yeah.
You can drink and eat as much as you want.
Yeah, that's how they operate. Only
Okay.
E numbers. If they stop taking E numbers, they'll lose their magic powers.
You have to like kind of sort of groom them into your house.
That's not right. Don't say groom. I would say
They're adult men.
Okay, that's
Are
fine.
they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, they're adult
men. They're
men.
adult men. Okay, brilliant. Well, that's our news and any other business. Took a slightly odd turn. Isobel, this week it's my turn to tell you a story.
It is indeed.
So, obviously, the last time I told a story, I've come to terms with the fact that I slightly went askew.
Bit off-piste, weren't you?
off-piste. I feel like I did feel like I let you down. So what I've done this week is I've tried to combine two of your favourite things.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you which two they are, but all I'm going to say is this.
I like cats.
Okay, well, I mean, that's okay. Well, let's see when we get into it. This story is called Naya and the Elohim. So,
What are any of those words?
they will all become very clear very soon.
Okay.
So let me take you back to 1999. We don't have
Good
to.
year.
Good year.
1997 was better, but 99 I'll take.
99 is a good year. So we don't have to travel far either. We just go across the channel to France.
Oh.
And I don't think we've done one about France before, have we? Yeah. So as we know, each nation's national broadcaster is responsible for choosing their entry for the year.
Yeah.
And each year in France, that responsibility falls on the broadcaster named France 2. BBC.
What's
at
France
least,
1?
I don't know, and I don't know why they don't decide who Eurovision is. Anyway, so the decision of choosing who will be representing France in Eurovision is normally on their head of France 2.
Okay.
However, at the last minute, 1999, France 2 realised that this particular year, the final of the French Rugby League fell on the same day as the Eurovision Song Contest.
Just cancel the rugby.
Cancel the rugby, guys. Rugby's
Get
off.
rid of it.
Well, no, foolishly, the channel, which to be fair had paid quite a lot to broadcast the rugby, decided to give Eurovision and the responsibility of deciding their entry to France 3.
Oh!
Pass it down the line.
Where's France 1?
I don't know. Maybe France 1 gave up a long time ago. They just said, France 2, you always do it. And so France 2 has given it to France 3. Anyway.
Do you think it's like our channels? Because if so, like,
I
wouldn't trust ITV with shit. I was thinking about how crap they were today.
Also, I couldn't see BBC just sort of giving Eurovision to ITV. Like, that's a...
You'd at least go Channel 4.
Yeah, go Channel 4. Go Channel 4.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, so France 3, bless them, had 6 weeks to organise everything. So they had 6 weeks to decide the songs, find an orchestra, a producer, a jury. Despite this, the prep actually went pretty smoothly and the contest is held.
Good.
12 singers present their songs to the public and they were all voted on. And the winner that night was a woman called Naya. And she won with a public vote of 11,521 votes. And the second place actually got 4,400 votes.
She smashed it then.
She won by a fair margin. And it wasn't Naya's first attempt to enter in the song contest. Naya had previously taken part in the 1989, so a decade previously, the Swiss selection as under the title Sylvie Mestre. So, like a number of the other sort of people we've spoken about, you know, they've been very keen to enter the Eurovision Song Contest and has tried a number of times.
As everyone should be.
Yeah, always trying. That's your main target.
Get on Eurovision.
So the selection was complete and France 3 could breathe a sigh of relief that the night had gone off without a hitch.
Or did it?
Well, the feeling sadly didn't last that long. Isabel's so excited. She loves it when things fuck up.
I just love to see people fail.
Well, I don't know fail, but so yeah, that feeling of relief didn't necessarily last very long. The very next morning, a newspaper called L'Indépendant de Perpignan.
Shut up.
No, that's slightly...
That's like... That's what you'd like... Just saying, like, so when you were spoofing something, if you were spoofing a French newspaper, it would be called La Bidon Bon de Bon de Bon.
No, I think it translates as the Independent of Perpignan.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I'll say that again. L'Indépendant de Perpignan.
No, that's from a Monty Python sketch.
L'Indépendant de Perpignan. It's not racist when it's an actual thing.
I love it. Okay.
So L'Indépendant de Perpignan wrote a report that Naya was a part of a UFO cult named the International Raelian Movement.
Shut up. I love aliens and cults.
You love a weird cult, don't you?
I love a weird cult. I'm obsessed with the Scientologists. I go and bother them at every opportunity.
She really does. There's photo evidence. So, Isobel, do you know anything about the International Raelian Movement?
No, tell me.
So, okay, well, let's take a quick look into the movement before we will come back to Eurovision.
This is fine for you to go off-piste on this one because it's a cult. And if someone's being mental, I want to know about it.
Okay, well, you'll be very happy with this one. Yeah, let's just top you back up there before we... So let's begin at the beginning. So Raelism was founded in 1974 by Claude Vorillion. Claude is now known as Claude Rael. So the Raelian movement teaches, now keep up with me here, that life on Earth was created scientifically by a series of extraterrestrials which they call Elohim. Conveniently, members of these species appear human when making contact with us, humans. Right. So they just look like humans.
And Claude knows all this. Yeah.
Claude knows all this, yeah. So they believe that Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, and basically all the other messiahs were actually Elohims taking on the form of humans. So they were aliens.
I'm kind of on board with that. Yeah, right. It's as sensible as any other religion. Probably more. So.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah. You might find there's quite a few things we start agreeing with. This definitely isn't like...
Are we joining a cult?
Just like at the end, I'm like, so we're now members of Raelism. So the founder, Claude Rael, he claims to have received the final message from the Elohim, telling him to inform the world about them, and if humans ever became aware enough and peaceful enough, they would be invited to join the Elohim on their home planet.
Oh, lovely.
I know, it sounds nice.
Do you think it's one of them new planet ones they found?
It might be, yeah,
36 light years away.
One of them 7 planets or whatever, however many it was.
Three out of the 7 are similar to Earth.
Oh, shit.
Could be.
Maybe they're on all 3, they just jump between them.
Well, actually, you say that, the planets, those 3 planets, are so close to each other that technically, potentially, if there is life on them and they were intelligent enough, they could actually travel between planets.
That'd be fucking nice, wouldn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to go on holiday to next door's planet. That's what I'm going to do. Just pop over there for a little bit.
But you'd have to wait for it to orbit back round, so you'd have about a 3-month holiday.
Lovely.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Sorry, I missed the flight back. I'll be back in another 3 months so I can come back to work. Sorry about that, guy stuck on this bloody planet. Oh, what am I like?
So some other points of the International Raelism movement was that Claude Rael also founded a company called Clonaid in 1997. Which claimed in 2002 to have successfully cloned the first human in an American trial.
Of course it did.
I mean, very, very few people believe this, but like,
show me that clone.
show me the TV. It's just a pair of twins.
I was going to say.
Look what we've done.
It's just twins that are born. They're like, oh, I really hope they're identical. If they're not, we screwed this.
They've also been attempting to claim territory in Israel and Lebanon in order to set up an embassy for extraterrestrials.
Why? Why there?
Well, so they basically believe. So they do take on a sort of lot of other religions. So because they believe all the messiahs who did come from that area, so they want to set up in the Holy Lands. However, they were denied from setting up one in Israel, and this is probably due to the fact that one of their sacred images is that of a swastika embedded onto the Star of David, which they are using the swastika in the
Hindu sense.
So yeah, the original sense, which is about peace and reincarnation. But you'd think you'd have some sort of awareness of historical context when embedding a swastika on a Star of David. Not the smartest move, I would say.
I mean, they're probably not the smartest people by the sounds of it, though.
No.
So.
I mean, well, yeah.
Each their own.
Each of their own, except when you're sewing a swastika on a Star of David.
Then stop.
So according to the International Raelian Movement, there are around 90,000 Raelians in 90 countries around the world. It's about 1,000 a country, if if it works out that way.
I don't imagine there are that many.
I mean, I did say that's according to them, so,
It's like Scientology. They claim there's we're the fastest growing religion in the world. There's 300 million members worldwide. Actually, official figures are not
very
that big.
few.
No.
Yeah. There are also a fair amount of sexual overtones to the religion.
When is there not in a cult? When is there not?
Yeah, you're right. So Claude Rael published a book called The Sensual Meditation.
Oh God, they're all into group sex.
I know. It's basically that. It does sound a bit odd, actually, to say, but they do seem to have quite a sort of positive, progressive attitude to sex. Now, this is just from what I've read, and I may well have been reading the propaganda. Yeah. But there's a group of women, and you're going to make a face now. There's a group of women called Rael's Girls. So it sounds like it's going to be really not a good thing. So actually, according to the thing that I read, and again, it may be propaganda. So no, actually, they are a group of women who play a pro-sex feminist role in the church. So the organisation, Rael's Girls, was set up to support the choice of women who are working in the sex industry, and it's made up of women who work in that industry.
Okay.
So, so far, okay. So the Raelian movement also defends the rights and freedoms of gays, lesbians. It recognises gay marriage and even ordains gay clergy.
Okay, wow, they're more advanced than the Church of England.
Seriously, yeah. These Raelians,
blimey.
They know what's going on.
Yeah, most weird sex cults, it's normally a guy surrounded by women who eventually is like, you all just need to show me your breasts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like,
and they're like grooming men. They're like really anti-gay, but are actually grooming all the boys.
Oh, yeah. And it's like...
Okay, I'm not judging this one too much yet then.
It's polygamy, but only with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm the saviour.
I'm going to save you all. So they encourage adult homosexual, bisexual and heterosexual relationships, and they say that society should recognise them all legally. So... It seems pretty positive and reasonable. Fine. You do have to remember, though, that Claude Rael does believe, amongst a number of other things, that the Garden of Eden was a large laboratory on an artificial continent, that Noah's Ark was a spaceship that preserved DNA, that the Tower of Babel was a rocket that was supposed to reach the Elohim planet, and the Great Flood was a byproduct of a nuclear missile that Elohim sent. So...
Cool! I'm down with all of that, mate.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some wacky ideas, but some, pretty progressive good ideas.
Just as wacky as any other religion, though.
To be honest, that's very fair, yeah. It makes a lot of sense. If you want to believe that, fine. It's not hurting anyone, as long as you're not hurting anyone. Doesn't sound like these guys are. So, anyway, we've learnt a little bit now about the International Raelism movement. Isobel, if you'd like to find out more, I'm sure you will. Just search it online.
I'm already a signed-up member, mate. I'm joined.
There's plenty on there. So let's jump back to 1999 and Naya. So Naya had basically joined the IRM, which is what I'm going to call it, following her husband, and had climbed the ranks after releasing her first single in 1988 titled Elohim, which is all about the themes of the Raelian philosophy.
Good.
I have really searched for this song and I can't find it online, so we can't listen to it, I'm afraid.
I'll give it a try.
Maybe I could write one, but... Anyway, so if anyone has a copy of that, please do send it to us. So after Naya's victory in the deciding rounds in France, the tabloids basically had a field day. So after, and I'm going to say it again, Le Pontonnier de Perpignan wrote that she belonged to the sect of Rael. Naya claimed that more than 100 different media republished the story and basically declared that she should not represent France. According to Naya, a number of anti-sect associations sent press releases to the media to ask for her to be boycotted and formally prevent her from going to Jerusalem. which was where the song contest was being held that year. Some apparently even wrote to the Israeli embassy asking them to do what is necessary to stop her from entering, which I don't know what that means.
Sounds like a hit, yeah.
It does sound like a hit. In a statement, Naya said that during the rehearsals and the competition in Jerusalem, I was the only singer to be constantly followed by soldiers armed with submachine guns. I had to go to the metal detector every time I went on stage. I was forbidden to see my friends. I was constantly followed. My phones were listened to. The messages on my answer machine were erased, and I did not receive mail left at the front desk of my hotel. Which could be that, or it could be just no one sent her mail or left her messages on her answer machine.
But all the other stuff, that's mental. Like, if that cult had a history, sect, whatever, like had a history of violence, fair enough.
Yeah.
If they don't, and it's just because it's a weird sect, treat every very religious person like that then. Like, you can't...
So she may be right that she was the only one, but it may have been other people as well.
Okay.
I don't know. So, yeah, it's fair enough. If everything she's saying is true, then, yeah, it is weird. So Naya also said that the problem was that any media coverage of her in the run-up to Eurovision that year was just about her either having been a part of the sect or currently is a part of the sect of Royal, which did not help the jury and the spectators to vote for her. She claimed that the experts before the competition, with no knowledge of her background, were saying that she should be in the top 5 at least. So, shall we have a quick listen to her song, Isobel?
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, Naya.
Big fan.
Naya, yeah?
Yeah, really into that.
Yeah. And, all the sex stuff's fine too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's fine. So, we don't know what the rest of the competition was that night, but it sounds like a pretty reasonable entry, right?
Yeah, into it.
Yeah. So, it appeared that Naya's prediction was true, that people were taking into account her background rather than the song. She sadly ended up only 19th out of 23 places.
That's undeserved.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't sound like a 19th
No way there was
song.
18 songs better than that, especially not in 1999. Have you re-listened to some of them? Oh, Christ.
So, according to Naya, it all basically went downhill from there. She says that her producers cancelled 16 television appearances and delayed the release of her song for a month. In spite of that, she says the single sold 12,000 copies in the first week, which is a first for a song in Eurovision, and entered the top 100.
That's good.
Unfortunately, the producers basically stopped everything. They cancelled her contract, including 2 albums over 3 years, and cancelled tours in Canada and Japan. Why? Because of the bad press?
Wow.
Because of the aliens? Because of the sex?
None of those are good reasons. Everyone loves aliens and sex.
People
Come on.
love aliens and sex. It's true. She could have
really sex with aliens.
No, and even if they were, they look like humans. It's
liberal.
Fine. They look like humans.
Let's be open to new experiences.
Yeah, God. Don't be so alien phobic.
Right, exactly.
So she then said, and this is a statement that I love, she said, "Faced with this injustice, I decided to fight against intolerance, racism, and decided to become a priest of the Raelian religion, defending my values, world peace, non-violence, absolute respect for life, empowerment, self-love, and love for others, respect for oneself and others, sharing, democracy, respect for human rights." Naya's currently touring France as a Celine Dion tribute act.
We when you played the song, I almost said it's a bit Celine Dion, isn't it?
She has a Celine Dion look.
Good for you. I love Celine Dion.
Yeah, she's great.
I'd go watch her.
I think she's performed in Vegas as Celine Dion and done.
I'm into it. I can't afford to watch the actual Celine. So now I'm going to come see you, baby.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we could afford to book her to come to us, probably.
Yeah, yes.
Just here in the kitchen.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Yes.
I mean, I'll look up her tour dates. I'm sure she's not that busy.
Excellent stuff.
Okay.
Right, so that's what we're going to have.
Yeah, and she's going to be on the show. I think we're fairly positive about Naya, aren't we? We like Naya.
I bloody love her.
She did at one point claim that she had left the rallying movement, but she basically then went back after Eurovision to say, I was forced to say this because my producer said you wouldn't win Eurovision.
Right, that sucks. Like, that sucks.
Yeah.
No one should be judged because of any religious beliefs that they have. Like, I've been pooping on all of it for the last half an hour or whatever, but like...
it's okay.
You don't do that. You don't do that.
As long like if they're not
if no
hurting
one's harming
people,
anyone else.
Yeah.
Exactly. No one would get kicked out because they're Catholic, and the Catholic Church is mental.
It really is. And I did try and like look really into it and try and find sort of as neutral sort of reports on the religion as I could, and mainly all of the reports were this wacky religion that believes in aliens and stuff. There was no like, and they keep children in cages or whatever.
Other religions believe in magic men.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fine. The cloning thing's a bit weird, but
sure, isn't it all though?
it is all a bit weird.
Isn't it all weird? Mormons are mental.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, they said John Smith was also an Elohim, the guy who founded Mormonism. So they even include them.
They're all the most inclusive religion, really.
That's the smart thing, though. They
include all other religions and all sexualities and genders.
Well, the smart thing is what they've done is they've gone
interspecies relationships.
Yeah, they're like, that's fine. But what they've done is they've gone, all those other religions, yeah, they're our religion. Yeah. that's ours. You just got it a little bit wrong. That's fine, but...
You haven't seen the bigger picture, guys. You've just seen one of the actual aliens. We know the...
I was talking to them.
We know all of them.
Yeah.
You know one, we know all.
Yeah. And they're all our mates, and they're fine. And so you're working... Yeah. Those maybe
like all the Hindu gods.
I don't know, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
There must be. If they like choose all the gods.
They said, I think they said there was like 10 or 11, like... I think they were like messiahs rather than the gods. So it was like people like Muhammad and Jesus and Moses and people like that who were like sort of historical.
I'm going to look into this.
Seriously, look it up. It's a really interesting thing, and there's not loads about it, but if you can dig down, Isabel's definitely going to be a member by next week. She's
by tomorrow.
Isabel's starting a new podcast about the international realism
about
movement.
their Elohims.
Just so you know, they're watching, and careful now.
Ah, good story, mate.
So that's my little story. I knew you liked you like a odd sect, don't you? And
yeah, I actually, what were the two things?
Eurovision.
Oh,
Eurovision.
I mean, yeah, I really like Eurovision. I thought you meant Celine Dion.
No, oh, well, that too.
I really like Celine Dion.
Maybe 3.
And you've got Prosecco, so that's 4.
Oh shit, I'm doing really well. I'm making up for last time.
Nailing it. I'm in a really good mood. So this song.
Oh fuck. Okay, well. No, you know what? I think I tried quite hard. Let me just top your thing up. So that is our story for the week, and now it's time to move on to me doing a little song and Isobel telling me what she thinks of it.
Yes, judgy wudgy.
We've been on a sort of plateau for the last few weeks. We've been on a sort of 4-5 area.
Flatlined a little bit, haven't you, mate?
Yeah. So this week actually, and
your girlfriend trying to stand up for you about last week's song.
No, that was totally impartial.
Emily, no.
Totally
impartial.
Babes, no. I think that was totally impartial.
Whatever.
She's got an understanding of music. She understands it.
Yeah. Should we get my boyfriend in there? He's in a band and also understands music.
No, because you're going to gang up on me, and that's...
Well, just saying.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying other people have other opinions.
That are wrong, yeah.
Okay, anyway, so before we get into a weird multi-couple fight, let's move on. So I know we spoke a couple of weeks back about your guy from Iceland, Paul Oscar. And we looked at his song where he had the women in lacy knickers on the
sexy,
stage.
Sexy.
And do you remember we said, like, oh, that's really nice, but it's not necessarily appealing to the sort of what I would say is the typical demographic of Eurovision, which are, it's maybe being fairly sort of generalising, but women and gay guys.
Yeah.
You know, they make up a fair proportion of the audience.
Absolutely.
So I thought I would attempt to create something that maybe does appeal to that audience.
Jesus Christ, Roland.
To women and gay guys. I've written a song. She's already cringing. No, don't cringe yet. Don't cringe yet. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. I've written a song, Isobel, called Man Oh Man.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is Man Oh Man.
Style, charm, cool and calm with smooth panache to boot. Take a hard chest, chiseled chin, all wrapped up in a suit. You can call me Hercules, Romeo, or Plato. When we talk, I'll give you weak knees. You'll overload when you see the way I walk. So won't you come and feel my love, and I'll help you understand. I'll show you I can shake the earth, and I'll be your real man. I hold you when the nights get dark. Oh. 'Cause baby, we should light this spark. Oh. Let's make today our greatest day. Oh. You get me stronger when you say, man, oh man, with my lips on your neck. Man, oh man, when I'm making you swear. Man, oh man, as you feel my hand and you say me, oh my, oh man, oh man. Baby, baby, you can set me free, 'cause I can fly up through the sky when you keep touching me. Don't be scared, just come and take my hand. If I'm an island, you're the water. Let's make love on the sand. Man, oh man, with my lips on your neck. Man, oh man, when I'm making you sweat. Man, oh man, and you feel my hand and you say me, oh my, oh man, oh man.
That one goes out for the women and the gays.
Oh, that was off the back of you watching Robin Bengtsson, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was off the back.
Oh man.
I think that was slightly my thought process that happened when I watched Robin Bengtsson. So as I say, that one was appealing. I'm imagining lots of like sweaty, ripped men.
I think you're always imagining that, mate. You walked into that one.
I didn't know. Didn't know just. So yeah, like, you know, shirts that get ripped open. I'm thinking like rain that comes down. Someone doing a bit of breakdancing. Basically, that will make the women watching at home go, "Wow, I'll vote for that. I want to see that again." So it's a combination of just like the song, and then I'll just throw 6 ripped guys onto the stage and have them perform. What do you think?
I love it. I love it so much.
Man, oh man, right?
That's what you're back on top, mate.
Yay!
You're back at your brilliant best. That's my all-time faves.
My God,
that's
wow.
in the top.
That's
in the
great.
top.
So some of the lyrics, I really like the metaphor, and I know I played with metaphors last week, but I think I nailed it with, if I'm an island, you're the water, let's make love on the sand.
That was really good.
Pretty good. That wasn't bad.
I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
The whole beginning bit where you're just describing the man with your chiseled chin and your shirt, whatever.
That was me describing myself as well. It's definitely me.
Yeah.
Hard chest, chiseled chin, all wrapped up in a suit.
Yeah. That was fantastic, mate.
Yeah,
very proud of you.
You're happy with that?
Very proud.
Oh, mate, I'm so happy that you're happy.
So happy. That's yeah.
Okay, well, do we just go straight into it then? Do we just? I want to know. I'm excited about the score. Do we need to analyse it some more? So you know what? It's what I've thought ever since. I mean, we can go through. Stop analysing it.
We can go through this in our Roland song special that we're going to be doing.
Okay, we can reanalyse
next week.
Yeah.
In that, United We Dance, Divided We Fall, I think is the greatest one you've done, and I think I should have just given that 12 points from the off.
Yeah, but
I wasn't to know it was the first week. I wasn't to know that you were going to be so terrible on other weeks. I'm
doing a fucking song all week. Come on. Oh, I mean, that's fair. There have been some that have been dog shit.
So every time I hear another one that I'm like, oh, that's really good, but I don't want to give it more points than United We Dance Divided We Fall, but also I should just stop being.
The thing is about United We Dance Divided We Fall is it was a almost flawless concept, right? The concept of it was great and the lyrics were great. Technically, like music-wise, not my strongest, I would say, because it was the first. I bloody.
What was the one I gave more than that? I gave 111.
Yeah, what was that one? Oh, that was Breathe. Breathe the air with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I really like that one.
Yeah, that was a strong one. That was a strong one.
Okay, so this one is called Man Oh Man.
Yeah, so this was called Man Oh Man. Isobel, I'm excited. What score will you give Man Oh Man?
I'm going for another on.
Oh, 11!
Yeah, we're giving that one an 11.
That's brilliant. I'm so happy.
I'm so happy.
Oh my God.
That song's made me really happy.
Roland's back on top.
After last week's forgettable 5. Yeah.
Not forgettable, unique.
It was.
Well, thank you, Isabel. I'm very happy with that. As a side note, do you remember the TV show from the 90s called Man Oh Man?
Where they pushed people into a pool.
And they were just topless guys doing dances with their muscles.
Was that one?
Yeah,
it was, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
I feel like that they should bring that back, shouldn't they?
With your song.
Oh, that should be the theme tune.
Yes.
Me, oh my, oh man, oh man. Oh, what a great line. Anyway, let's end on a high then. Thank you everyone for listening. As we said during the show, please do get in contact with us. You can send us a lovely email on europhoriapodcast@gmail.com.
You can also contact us on Twitter via @EurophoriaCast, and we're on Instagram with Europhoria Podcast.
Yes, so please do get in touch. We love hearing from all of you. Let's finish this week the same way we end every week with our usual catchphrase. Isobel, if I'm an island, then you're the...
best Celine Dion tribute act in the world.
Hey! And on that note, see you guys later. Goodbye!